how would you say the curve in your stick has changed over the years?
Yeah, there hasn't been too many changes over the course of my life. Growing up, I used a lot of my sister's sticks. She was a couple years older than me, so a lot of hand-me-downs, but kind of used whatever my parents gave me for the most part. I think when I was 14, I switched one time. I used wood sticks that year and they didn't have my normal curve in a wood stick. Now this past off season, I finally made the switch to a little bit bigger curve. I always used a straight curve that was, I guess you could say, good for passing, good for high flips and backhands, but now this new curve is a little bit easier to shoot with, has a little bit better release point, and yeah, it's just easier to lift the puck now.
Was there any specific conversation this offseason or another teammate's stick that you looked at to where you made that decision to make the change this offseason?
We would mess around a couple times, like during practice last year, and I would always grab Shazy's stick just because obviously curve is working for him. He scored a lot of goals last year, and he shoots the puck really well. I would mess around with his stick after practices and stuff, and ended up kind of liking it. So as soon as the season ended, I got some demos of what his curve is, and just in my stick, my make, my flex, everything like that. And then shot with it over the summertime and ended up liking it enough and felt confident enough to make the switch.
Slavin with it, and he scores! Short-handed! Coming in, Slavin shot, save, rebound, and score! Jaccob Slavin!
Well, it's paid off with 2 shorthanded goals so far this season. Is there anything in particular on the ice that you've noticed that's really made a difference in a specific game scenario?
There's certain parts of the game that are easier with a bigger curve. I notice it a lot, like when I'm trying to make like a saucer pass or something, it just comes off the blade a little bit smoother. There's not as much effort to make it get up in the air, and so it's just a lot crisper when it comes to things like that, those little parts of the game.